8 years ago, kind of perpetually banged up. Obviously, he now is probably a number 4 receiver. Fanboys love him. I don't think it means much. If Malik Neighbors was healthy and he's not, I'm not a huge Neighbors fan. I think he looks like a little like OBJ, where you're going to have some injury concerns, won't be able to stay healthy. I don't think it's a big deal. McVay liked him. When he went to the Rams, I mean, I didn't think he was a problem in Cleveland. Apparently there was some things with Baker Mayfield didn't work. He was fine in L.A. He's fine. Probably matured. Everybody does as they age. I don't know what to make of it. I have said I think the Giants will be the most improved team in the league. I think they've made a lot of positive steps. I don't think this has much impact. Good for him. I don't root against people. I just don't think it has that much impact.
Yeah, I agree to the extent that this probably won't have much impact. He was great with the Rams, no doubt, but that was Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. The only recent season I really care about is his time with the Baltimore Ravens, and that was 3 years ago now. You can say, well, he played 14 games, 565 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he had such minimal impact. And then he was non-existent in Miami. You can say, well, that's Miami, and that's totally fair. But I think a move like this matters to me if OBJ is now a seasoned veteran and a leader. If he's going to be working with the other receivers, with Jackson Dart, I don't want to call him a player coach because he's not 100% there in his career, but someone who's just going to be an awesome teammate and just be there. If Malik Neighbors or another receiver or tight end is having a bad game or things go wrong in practice, and OBJ is there to put in work with them, talk to them, pump them up, give some wisdom, break down film, I care so much more about who OBJ is as an individual right now, as a mentor. That matters way more than they're bringing in 3-time Pro Bowler OBJ as a wide receiver for. That means nothing to me at this point, because if that's what you're relying on, the Giants have no chance. I don't think that's what they're relying on, to be clear. But if they are, then there's a problem. I don't know how you wouldn't also doubt Malik Neighbors then. I understand the injuries and all, but I'm never ing to predict who gets injured and who doesn't. That's always a wasted argument to me. But it'll be interesting to see. This feels like it could mean very little. But since I'm looking at it through the lens of the Giants trying to rebuild a culture and re-establish themselves as a great team, I try to find the sneaky moves outside the obvious ones. Getting a Harbaugh is obvious. Getting an offensive coordinator is clear. Who they draft, clear. These are clear-cut moves. But when you're trying to rebuild a culture, what are the other moves? This is one of those moves, OBJ. Which direction does this take us? Before I go any further, New York Giants fans, please don't forget to subscribe and watch the full video. When you do that, views go through the roof, subscribers go through the roof. It's not about chasing either one. It's about being able to create Giants content that people genuinely want to watch and discuss, so we can keep having the most unbiased, grounded, honest conversations about this team. It really makes a huge difference, and I really appreciate it. I'm curious how Giants fans feel about this. OBJ was wildly popular, then he kind of disappeared. Even at his team peak with the Rams, he won a Super Bowl and looked like he was about to win Super Bowl MVP, then got injured. From that point forward, he was essentially nothing. I know he had some moments, but he was never really a thing. Even with the Ravens, people weren't saying, oh my gosh, with Lamar and OBJ. This duo is unstoppable. That wasn't it at all. There was more focus on Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews. That was 3 years ago with Lamar Jackson. But it is interesting that Harbaugh had OBJ before and now has him again, obviously a defensive coach, not offensive, but still. Harbaugh will have a big part in a move like this. So again, to me, it matters so much more about work ethic. What he's willing to do off the field, on the bench, talking with other players, film study, practices, travel. Is he just there because he wants an opportunity, still wants to compete, still wants to make some money, which I don't blame him for? Or is he saying, you know what? I'm a veteran now. I know I'm not who I was. I'm not trying to make an amazing comeback or show the world I can still be the number 1 receiver. I want some touches, I want to get out there. I know there will be long stretches where I don't touch the ball or even see the field. I understand that. I'm here to be a mentor, a big brother, to help guide people, help them avoid mistakes I made, help bring out the best version of themselves. I'm here to be that guy. If that's the case, huge supporter of it. Huge, huge supporter. Anything less than that, I'd say I flirt between not caring and thinking this is actually straight up bad, a dumb move. Because if you're trying to rebuild a culture and establish something, and you already have a bit of a wild locker room with wild energy, you want to bring in people who are low. Edders. If OBJ isn't going to be a leader or mentor, then you're potentially adding more fuel to the fire, and things can only get weirder. What are you trying to do right now? The Giants need a culture. They need a culture. And I'll say this, the Ravens needed a culture too, and Harbaugh didn't do a great job with that. So can he right his wrongs in New York? But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you all think about the Giants bringing in OBJ? Do you think this has any impact on this team whatsoever? Am I downplaying the impact? Do you think it's more than just mentorship and being a legitimate veteran leader, or do you think it's about actual on-field production? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. Whether you agree with me or disagree, let's get into discussions, get into fights, but ultimately let's just have some fun. Please consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you be part of it. I want to build something we all genuinely feel connected to, something we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, it really helps with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.